just going to share with you some tips at any point throughout. If you'd like to ask a question or give a comment, just unmute yourself and ask me, all right? Okay, so this is me. These are my kids, my husband. Shh, don't tell them, they don't like me to put their picture online. These are my parents. This is my hometown. It's a small town called Tanjung Malim in Perak in West Malaysia. And this is where I work, just at the medical center and Queen Elizabeth Hospital. I'm now based in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah for many, many years already. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go through some of the classic tips and guidelines. Then I'll share with you my style, what I did. And we'll conclude with something called more than words, which I feel is actually the most important part of not just table topics, but any speech, as any speech at all. Okay, so classic table topic guidelines. I'm sure you have seen this everywhere. These slides are from FOINA actually. This is the first time when I first joined Toastmasters, Swepa Toastmasters, they had a talk about how to do table topics, and FOINA shared this. And you know, that was maybe 7-8 years ago, 2014 or something like that. And every single time I have a table topics contest, I still refer to these notes. So these notes are really solid. So why table topics? Always start with why. Why table topics? It's to practice careful listening. It's to quickly prepare a relevant response and to express fluent, clear, organized thoughts, everything in a limited time. So now we know the why. We'll go to how. How do you answer it? It's actually a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. So a few ways of doing it. These are just a few suggestions. You could follow any of these or all of these, or pick your favorite or pick the right one depending on the topic. So the first mental outline is something called prep. You have a point, and then you give a reason for your point, and then you give a reason, you give an example, and then you go back to the next point. For example, if someone asks you the table topic question, like, you know, like success, the most important criteria for success. So you can say your point. I think the most important criteria for success is, yeah, sorry, a bit distracted with the ding dong. Okay, the most important criteria for success is hard work. You might say that, and then you give your reason. This is because if you work hard, then blah, blah, blah. Then you give an example. I know a friend of mine who worked very hard, started out as a clerk, and then went up to become one of the officers in his company. So point, give your reason, give your example, give your point. This is a simple and easy way to answer almost any question thrown at you. Another one is called IDA, where you draw attention, create interest, and instill a desire, and then state the action. This is normally done for topics where there's more of an action required or something like that. Let's say a topic on environment, if someone throws you a topic. So you can start off with, if the question is anything about how do we care for the environment, or nowadays the environment, there's a lot of pollution or something like that. So you would want to start with an attention-grabbing opening. Did you know that there are more than 20,000 tons of trash in any landfill or dumpster at the moment? Okay, and then you create interest. This happens because people show household waste is increasing and so on. And then instill a desire. Don't you want a better future for our children? Don't you want a world free of pollution or free of garbage? These are just examples. And then you state the action. In order for us to do this, we need to reuse, reduce, recycle, and so on. So this is just an example, and 2 types of mental outlines that we typically have. There's more. There are actually a few more. Don't worry about memorizing each one. This material is easily available, and if you want a copy, you can just get in touch with me. It's more important to have an idea of the flow of things when you answer the table topics. Okay, the next mental outline is something called SMG, story, message, gain. If you, later I will share my table topics. This is one of my favorites, which I frequently use because I feel a story paints a better picture and people are connected easily when you share a story, when you talk about something, especially a personal story. Then people like to listen to a story and then it's easier to get the message across. I will illustrate this point later in a video of one of my table topics. And you tell a story about something that happened to you or something that happened to somebody or a story that you heard long time ago. Or, I'm going to tell you a secret. You can actually even make up a story. It doesn't have to be true. You can just make up any story you want to fit the topic. That's the beauty of speeches. That's the beauty of table topics. It doesn't have to be, oh, what I cannot think of what happened now, what happened, oh no, what happened. Just say, oh, this topic came up. Okay, so what's a nice story to fit in here and make up a story. So that's the beauty of thinking on your feet. Okay, so tell a story, any story, and then tell the message. Like I told a story in one of the contests about my boss who didn't let me keep the items because it was more than what we paid for. And the message is about integrity. The topic was about leadership and integrity. And that's the story. And then I told them that's the message, you know, how important integrity is. And then what's the gain that you can get? You feel good. You maintain your integrity. You become a good leader. So it must lead from one to the other. Your story should lead to your message, and your message leads to your gain, and your everything is tied up to each other. Okay. All right. Another mental outline is something we call PPF, past, present, future. You can use this for any topic, basically, but also specifically maybe topics that talk about current issues, maybe topics that talk about how things have changed. Maybe like shopping, you can talk about, oh, those days we used to go to the shop or go to the market and now we buy it online. Who knows what happens in the future? Maybe everything is customized and automatically sent to us, something like that. Okay, past, present, future, just an option for you to think about, because very often people do not volunteer because they say, oh, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. And then you go blank. You don't have to go blank. There's so many options to choose from, right? The other one is a very classic rule of three main points. You see, if a topic comes up, you say, I agree or I disagree because point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and then you go back to the prep where you have a point, reason, example. Okay, maybe three points is a bit too much for 2 minutes. So sometimes I only have 2 points, but with a good story to back it up, and that would be good enough. Okay, another classic, 6 honest serving men. What, why, where, who, when, how. You can either do all of it, but that often doesn't work. Maybe choose 1 or 2 of it. If a topic comes up about maybe leadership, integrity, so you can say, what is integrity? What is leadership? Why do we need integrity in leadership? Where can we apply this? Who does this? When do you do this? And how do you practice it? You can either do all or choose one and explain it from there. So lots of ideas to work on. Another one, 2 points answer, where you have the before and the after. So any topic that comes up, you can explain it in such a way that maybe if we didn't, and then this, or the problem, what's the problem that is being brought up, and what's the possible solution? Again, you don't have to be exact. It's good if you know your stuff, and I would suggest you talk about things that you know about, but if you don't, it's fine. What is your suggestion? What's your ideas, or what do you think could possibly work? So problem and solution. Cause and effect, because this happens, and then this happens. Goals and results, again, you can use it for almost all topics. Like say people talk about how you get a better Toastmasters club. What is the goal of the club? You want this, you want this, you want this, and then how do you achieve it? And then these are the results. Or also the advantages and disadvantages. If a topic comes up about, oh, we should all use, only use what you call mobile wallet, only things like Boost or GrabPay. I don't know what you have in Indonesia, but it's like not cash, something other than cash payment. So what are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? So any topic you can think about any of these things and talk about this. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? So now I'm going to share with, okay, so far from the classic outlines, any questions from the classic outlines? Or do you think this makes sense? Can you type in the chat, which one are you going to try today? You're going to answer the table topics later. And which method are you going to try today? Choose one. Are you going to do a 2 points answer? Just type in the chat before and after, or problem and solution. Or maybe you are going to use 6 honest serving men. Then you just put there 6. Or are you going to use rule of 3, 3 points? Then you type 3. Or are you going to use PPF, past, present, future? Then you type in the chat, PPF. Let's see what you're planning to answer. Oh, you want to tell a story later after this. If you want to tell a story, just type there story. Or who wants to do IDA, where you draw attention, create interest? It doesn't matter what the topic is, just plan what you are going to answer. Who wants to do IDA? Type in the chat, IDA. Who is going to do prep? Point, reason, example, point. Okay, you have a point, you have reason, put there prep. Let's see the chat. Wow, Zilpa is going to do PPF. Caroline is going to do SMG. Mifta is doing SMG also. Galaxy is doing SMG. Prep, IDA. Janet's doing IDA. Wow. Okay, well done. Excellent. So Table Topics Master and Table Topics Evaluator, and all of us will have a fun time today. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next section, which is my style. So get ready, you know all these things, and I'm going to share with you now what did I do? Okay, what did I do? I'll share with you first, and then we'll watch the videos to illustrate it. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to share with you briefly what I do. I'm not going to say that, oh, I came up with all this by myself and I'm so good. No, actually, this is based on feedback from my club members. You know, we had lots and lots of practice session, which really I think is the key to me winning all these competitions. Lots of practice sessions, and they all gave their feedback, they gave their suggestions. So this is a compilation of everything everyone said, the courses I've attended, and also watching other winning table topic speeches. Before every contest, I will prep myself by watching winning speeches just to get an idea of how they did it. So this is my style. I start by stating the topic. My club members told me to do this. I didn't in the first contest. State the topic and then state my stand. I also didn't do this in the first two contests, I think, because I didn't know. And when my members suggested it, I said, okay, I think it's a good idea and I will do this. So I state the topic and then I state my stand and then I say my points and then I do a personal story and then I conclude and then there's a call to action or a topic summary. So this is what I do, I think, from the last three, and I found that this is a very comfortable template. I didn't even know it was a template, but I kind of liked how it flows and it's easy, and apparently people seem to like it as well. So I stuck to this. So I'm going to show you videos of my speeches in the last two contests, and I'll show you which part and what I'm doing for each. Okay, maybe we'll do this one.
The supreme quality for leadership is integrity. The supreme quality of leadership is integrity.
Okay, first, during this time, if regardless of whether it's a club meeting or whether it's a contest, when the Table Topics Master or the contest chair is giving the topic, this is the time that you listen. Don't think about, oh no, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? What's happening? Oh, I'm so scared. Who's listening to me? What will the judges think? How did I do? Don't think about anything else. Just be calm. This is the time you stand there, you take deep breaths. Take deep breaths, prepare yourself, focus on listening to the topic. Okay, this time you focus and listen on the topic.
Amelia Inbam Neelagandan. The supreme quality of leadership is integrity.
Okay, so first, state the topic. Sometimes I have to admit that I state the topic just to remind myself, because what was the topic again? Yeah, this is the topic. So state the topic just to I say it in case I forget the topic. So state it. You must have listened correctly in order for the first part to go well. So state the topic. Okay. Next, what do you do?
Wholeheartedly agree with this topic.
Okay. Sorry.
The supreme quality for leadership. Quality of leadership is integrity. I wholeheartedly agree with this topic.
Okay, and then I state my stand. So you can do this as well. State the topic, state the stand. You can choose to agree, you can choose to disagree, you can choose to give an alternative to the topic, you can choose to say yes and no, anything. There's no right or wrong answer, but like my club members advise me, it's good to state your stand up front so people know where you're going with this. So if you see, that's what I did. In the first line, I state the topic. Second line, I state my stand.
Because without integrity, there will be no leadership at all.
So first point, straight away mention your first point.
Integrity is the key to leadership.
Second point, sorry.
The supreme quality for leadership, equipment which was being delivered to our clinic.
So this is a story.
The equipment was
more so share the personal story.
The specs, valuable lesson in leadership, conclusion. And a very valuable lesson in integrity. I learned that regardless of how good something feels, without integrity, it lead you as a leader, and your leadership skills will
Conclusion.
blossom. With integrity, you will be able to be a better leader, and your followers will look up to you. With integrity, you will be able to develop more leaders and
Okay, so as I've shown you, this is what I do, and this is what it looks like. Call to action, and then a summary. So I'm going to end with, to step up your game, stay informed, create a repository of topics, meaning write down your stories or what you want to talk about or your topics. Okay, practice, remember some quotes and use your imagination. And this, I feel, is the most important part. It starts in your mind. It's a speech, yes, but everything starts in your mind. And you need to be really mindful about what's going on, how you are doing it, and what you are saying. Okay, and remember that your audience wants you to succeed. We are always worried when we speak, oh, what are they going to think? What's everybody going to think? What are the people going to think? Your audience wants you to succeed. Anybody who's sitting down and listening wants you to do well. And look at Table Topics as an opportunity to share anything, to share about yourself, to share your values, to share your stories. I have been so touched listening to people sharing their stories in 2 minutes. You know, it's just amazing how much wisdom and love and experience people can share in 2 minutes. So look at it as an opportunity to share. And during your sharing, aim to add value to your audience. The purpose of Table Topics, yes, for you to practice, speak off the cuff, and so on. But in everything you do, aim to add value to your audience. Be sincere when you speak. Even in 2 minutes, speak from your heart and your mind. Thank you very much.